Mostly sunny and nice today with lowering humidity, high 84. Clear and comfortable tonight, low 56 to 60. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 87. Sunday, sunny to partly cloudy, high around 90. Monday, partly sunny, high 86. Sunshine and patchy clouds Tuesday, high 84. I'm AccuWeather's Kevin Snyder.
Well, I went down to the hardware store to see my old friend.
It's
Bob.
10:08 on this Friday morning. We have 77 degrees in Springfield, and it's time for the Home Repairs and Solutions Show. And
I got back.
here's Mary, and I have to welcome back Mark to the program. Mary, how are you today?
I'm great, and I'm really great today because Mark is back. So welcome back, Mark.
I'm glad to be back.
You know, I've really missed you. It's hard to do this solo.
Well, I've missed you too.
So it's always more fun when you're with me, and we have such a good time, and I hope the listeners enjoy having you back on, and I'm sure they missed you like I did because they probably got tired of listening to me all the time.
Oh, I'm sure they never got tired of listening to you.
Well, I always had something to say, I can tell you that, but
We're kind of alike in that way. We can always think of something to say, you know.
we can.
Yeah, that's right.
We can talk about something or nothing,
That's right.
either or.
For an hour.
For an
Yeah,
hour.
we can make it last an hour. Talk about nothing for an hour.
We could probably go longer than that, but they shut us off at the end of the hour. So
that's true.
that's all the time we have. So, but it's great to have you back. You
Well,
look
thank
great.
you.
Your color's good. You said you're
Thank
feeling
you.
good, and
I am.
you're getting stronger every day. So
I
that's
am.
wonderful. And
I finished up my actual rehab a couple Fridays ago, and then I'm getting ready to start another maintenance program because I want to keep doing it, you know, because I feel good when I do it. I want to keep my body in a lot better
Absolutely.
shape than it was.
absolutely,
So,
you
yeah,
want to stay healthy, so you can be
that's
here
right.
every
So I can
Friday
be
on the
here
show.
every Friday. That's right.
right.
Yeah.
And do your music.
Yep.
Do
Yeah,
your
I've
music.
Been doing a little bit of that. You know, I thought all the time I was off recovering and everything, I thought, you know, I'll really brush up on my music and all that kind of stuff. Shh, no, it didn't happen.
Didn't
I
happen.
didn't feel like it. But,
Probably not. Yeah.
You know, but I am feeling good now. Played a few shows and kind of getting back into the swing of things. So
Did the
yeah.
fair?
Did the fair. We had a great time. We had Bluegrass Day at the Ozark Empire Fair, and that was on July 31st, and we had a fantastic day, great turnout, and met a lot of new folks out there, and just had a great time. It was a
So
lot
do you
of
think
fun.
you'll do that again next year?
They have already been talking to us about next year at the fair. They
Great.
the folks out there at the Ozark Empire Fair, they just loved what we did, and they want us to do it again. So
That'd
yeah.
be great. That'd
Yeah.
be swell. Maybe it won't be 106 degrees next year, but it probably will. It's the fair.
You know, we lucked out. We lucked out on our day. It was kind of overcast, so it never did get real hot. The sun come out for just a little bit, but for the grandstand show that night, it was perfect. I mean, we
Well,
had a
good
great
deal.
time. Weather turned out good, but the weather has took a toll on the fair the last few years.
Yes, it has.
And I know that's been a big concern with the folks out there. And you know, there's nothing you can do about the weather. It's going to be what it's going to be. But people just can't walk around on asphalt during the day that gets up about
Oh heavens,
140
no!
degrees. You
no,
know?
you can't. It's
Yes.
yeah. There's no, and there's no trees, or there's really not much there to break
No.
any of the heat. Or
No,
but you know, we can do something about the hot weather. Spring Mountain Air does.
that's right.
We keep people cool.
You do.
Can't keep the whole fairground cool, but we can keep people cool.
That's right. And you just do a great job of it.
Well, I'm excited to have some people with us on the show today. We haven't had them
Oh,
here for a while.
yes,
Some of
I
our
am too.
favorite guests.
That's
I brought
right.
them back special for you today, Mark.
Well, thank you.
And we have the ladies from the Breast Cancer Foundation of
Mm-hmm.
the Ozarks here. We have Crystal and we have Margene with us again. They haven't been with us for a while, so welcome back, ladies.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thanks. It's good to be back. It's good to see you, Mark.
No, thank you. Good to see you guys.
You know, this is our second year, and some of our listeners know, maybe some don't, but Spring Mountain Air last year, we decided we had a situation come up where we got acquainted with you guys and decided to do a fundraiser for you last year and had a great time doing it. And so we did it. We're doing it again this year. And we're excited about all the people who are doing business with us at Spring Mountain Air because we're donating part of the proceeds to the Breast Cancer Foundation again this year. We're hoping to exceed what we did last year because I know that you have a big demand still for people that need a lot of help. And probably with the economy and the way things have been, maybe that demand's even more so than it has been, I would imagine.
You know, every year more and more patients apply for services through the foundation. People need help to get through a breast cancer diagnosis. And as you know, the help that's provided with your generous gift, Mary, is local, it's practical, and it's real help for people that might need it.
that's why we're so happy to pair up with you guys, because one thing we do here on the show and that we're about is and I think they had this even at the fair this year, was live local.
Mm-hmm.
You know, live local, support your community, support the business in your community, support the families in your community, you know, help out your friends and neighbors. So that's one of the things that I really, really impressed me about your organization, is so much of the money that you take in goes actually back out and helps people that do have breast cancer illnesses or diagnosis and are struggling to get through that. So I love that about you guys.
Well, and we certainly do appreciate your support. You know, it's a very, very generous program that you've created, and
Thank you.
it's something that we all have to have done. I mean, you got to maintain your HVAC system if you want it to take care of you during these hot summer months, and then again in the winter. We put a lot of demands on those systems, and then with your generous gift of a portion donated back to the foundation, a lot of those gifts hopefully can go to keep these clients cool.
Absolutely, absolutely, and help them through. You know, if you haven't experienced that, we've had that in my own family as well. A lot of it, actually, it's a little scary to me, but it is a very difficult thing to get through. You know, I've had a sister-in-law who's had to deal with that, and had children in the home, and it's a very rough thing to do. You know, several of my aunts, my mom, I've had several people that have to deal with that. So I've been through that process several times in my life, and it's every time you go through it, it's difficult. I don't care how many times you go through it, it's just tough.
Absolutely. And it's really surprising to me how little financial assistance goes a long way for so many of these families. I mean, you know, folks in the Ozarks tend to live pretty modestly, and we'll see people who might have a rent payment of $400 a month. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it doesn't take a whole lot to relieve some of the financial burden so they can focus on healing, focus on getting to treatment, and staying in treatment to get the best possible medical outcome.
And see, I think that's a big deal, is staying in treatment. Sometimes just trying to get to treatment is a huge stress on a family. You know, if they don't have the right transportation, or if they can't afford to put the gas in, you know, they got to put gas in the car to go to treatment, or they got to put food on the table for their families.
Absolutely.
So you guys do a great job with that, and the way you disperse funds. And I've been able to sit in one of your meetings one time and saw part of the process, and it's very impressive the way you guys are responsible for the funds that come in, and how you're able to reach out and help so many people here in our own community.
You know, we always say it's not us at BCFO, it's you. It's the community that forms this safety net, and we're just a mechanism to get those resources right back out in the community where they belong.
Because you run just on donations and fundraisers, is that correct?
100%. We are not state or federally funded. This is just a local grassroots organization helping one patient at a time with one donation at a time.
That's a great slogan.
Yeah, we should use that. Whew.
We should use that. Wow.
You know, good things always happen in this room with you, Mary.
You do have as a matter of fact, you do have a fundraiser going on now this weekend.
Well, gosh, we do. We're out at the Price Cutter Charity Championship, raising funds for our children's fund, actually. You know, there are kids in these homes with the breast cancer patients, and they have special needs. So we'll be out all weekend under the hot pink tent on the 18th green at Highland Springs. And if you come by on Sunday, I'll serve you a cold glass of lemonade. And
you will do that personally?
I absolutely will. I'll
There
be
you
out there
go.
all day. And Margene will be out there all day Saturday.
Yes, I will. And if anybody's interested in coming and they don't have a ticket, you can contact Missouri Sports Hall of Fame at 887-3400. So it's not too late.
And it runs from what time to what time? When does that start?
Oh, I think play typically starts somewhere around 8 o'clock. Usually people start getting out there about 9 o'clock, and it's pretty much done and over by about 6.
Oh, okay. Well, a great way to spend the day, and just donate and help out the Breast Cancer Foundation. Plus, it's going to be gorgeous weather tomorrow.
Oh,
think so.
fantastic.
Mhm.
I think that someone ordered that special for you guys.
Well, we ordered that, yeah.
Was-
That's how powerful we are here. Our pink sisters.
There you go. All the pinks got together and got good weather for the golf tournament. So I guess you probably already have all of your teams, though. Is that correct, or is it too late for someone if they want to play? Do you know about that, or?
Well, actually, I think that this is a PGA Tour type event.
Yeah.
There have been playoffs
Oh.
going on for quite a while, and it was a qualifying type situation where people had to get a certain score and rank a certain level. So, boy, this is the big league.
You can tell I don't know much about golf.
Oh, that's all right. But you know, the cool thing about the nationwide tour is that there are a lot of folks that are out there playing this weekend that are the next greats. So you can
Yes.
go out there and see
Right.
these guys play, and you know, maybe that's the next Phil Mickelson. Good
Sure,
stuff.
sure. And it's such a beautiful course out there too.
Oh, lovely.
It's just wonderful. And you're at the 18th hole, which is the last hole.
Right.
Correct?
Absolutely.
So best for last.
Absolutely. And you can't miss us because it's a huge hot pink tent.
Pink. Look for pink.
Pink.
Now,
And,
is it hot pink or is it going to be a hot pink tent?
well, we hope it's hot pink and not hot pink.
Yeah.
And I have to say, Tom Douglas over at J-Mark came on board this year to put that up for us and sponsor that piece of it. And, you know, it's just amazing. You get to talking to people. How many people are truly impacted by breast cancer? And it's a generous community that reaches out to make these resources available. And, you know, much like what you're doing, Mary, with Spring Mountain Air and the give back all summer long for folks that come out and get their HVAC systems tuned up or checked on.
Replaced, repaired, whatever you need to have done. So, one of the things that I think is real interesting is the number of people here locally that you are able to help on a weekly or monthly basis. I know that the numbers, you're constantly getting new people with this diagnosis, probably weekly.
Every week, absolutely. And just for example, just the numbers, 2011, there were 265 families right here in the Ozarks who came through our financial assistance program. 161 kids in those homes.
My goodness. So, and maybe a lot of listeners don't know that you actually have a kids program or a fund, kids fund, within your foundation. And that's what you're raising money for this weekend. Now, what exactly do you do to help children in the family, and what do these funds go for the kids?
Well, every dollar matters that comes into these homes. And when you have a breast cancer diagnosis, you're paying out extra money for prescriptions and co-pays and things of that nature. So children, we step in and help them with back-to-school items, Christmas gifts, birthday gifts. If they're in orthodontia care, we will continue that type of care for them. Sometimes it's the school lunch programs that they need assistance with. So whatever the basic needs of the children are, we will help them to be able to continue that for them.
And see, I think that's really important because, especially for a child, because first of all, they don't, depending on their age, they don't really understand what's going on with mom or dad. It could be a man.
It could. 1 in 1,000.
1 in 1,000 men. So they're not really understanding what's happening. Why can't mom go to work? Why can't she do the things she used to do? Or why can't dad do what he used to do? So it's a little disturbing to them anyway. And then if they would have to, on top of that, have an issue where, they don't have what they need to go back to school because mom and dad can't afford that now or something, it just adds to the stress of those children. So anything that you guys do like that helps keep their childhood more normal,
Absolutely.
I think is really important. And it probably helps with the healing process of the parents too, because not only are they dealing with the illness, but then you don't want to have to see your children have to suffer as a result of your illness.
Oh gosh, not being able to provide for the basic needs of your children, that's a
Sure.
pretty huge stress on a mama.
It
You
is.
betcha.
Or a daddy.
You bet.
For sure.
You bet. So that's something that that I know that you guys do that maybe not everyone knew about. I was glad we touched on that. And if someone wants to just donate money, they can earmark it for the Children's Fund. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
So if you want to, donate to the Breast Cancer Foundation and you would like for us, especially with school getting ready to start up and things like that, some kids are in sports. They have to have sports shoes. They have to have sports physicals. There's all kinds of things going along with sports.
Absolutely.
So if you're looking to maybe donate and help out in any way, you could get a hold of these folks and earmark money specifically for the Children's Fund.
Absolutely. I got a phone call last night from actually the mother of one of our patients, and she was just beside herself because her grandson is 16 years old. He's going to be a sophomore this year, and he's getting ready to start back to school, and they don't have the resources to buy the kid what he needs clothing-wise to be appropriate at school this fall. And she said, Crystal, if you could, if there would be any way that we could get him a new pair of tennis shoes and 3 pairs of jeans and 1 hoodie, I think we could get through this fall semester.
And that's not asking for a lot.
That's not a lot.
That's
not
not
at all.
asking for a lot.
You know, and she thought that if he had 3 pairs of jeans, well, that could get him through a week if he could reuse 2 of those. And you think about just those very basic needs going unmet in a community like ours, and that's a sad thing. So it's been a real blessing, I think, this Children's Fund for all those families out there that are up against this thing.
Something we haven't done yet is give out your contact information. We're talking about if people want to donate or want to get a hold of you for some reason, maybe we should tell them how they can do that.
Absolutely. Visit us on the web at bcfo.org or call our office at 417-862-3838.
There you go, folks, if you want to get a hold of them. Also, if you want to give us a call here today, you can give us a call, ask us a question, or ask these ladies a question. Our number here is 862-9977 or 1-800-375-0056. And we can talk about anything you want to talk about today. If you just want to call back, if you just want to call in and welcome Mark back, you can do that as well. That would be great, too. Because, like I said, I have really missed him. He hasn't been on with me since the 1st of April, and that's been a long time for me. So
Seems like a long time for me, too.
Trust me.
It's
been a long summer, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
Mark
it
seems
has.
happy to be back.
I am. I
love that.
I love being here, let me tell you.
This is our favorite thing to do on Friday, isn't it,
It
Mark?
is, absolutely.
And we always we love to have people like you guys come in. We
Oh,
always
yeah.
learn. We always learn from our guests.
Yeah.
That's one thing about it. Is I hope I'm never too old to learn something new. And I really enjoy the guests we have on the show because they always bring us great information and they teach us things. So, I've always been told if you're not too old to learn, you will always be young.
I love that
There
philosophy.
you go. Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, Mary, I was at home one day, took a day off of work to paint my brick, and I heard your show. I was listening to your show, and you had someone on that day that was talking about how you should never paint brick. And see, I knew I needed to know that before I took the day off to paint brick.
Now, Mark, do you want to weigh in on painting brick here?
Yeah, you should never paint your brick.
Sorry,
Although
Margie.
I have, but yeah.
But the brick you were painting was inside your home. Is that correct, or was it outside?
It was on a sun porch, inside.
It was inside, but on a sun porch.
Yeah.
Well,
It does look nice, I
okay,
have to
you
say.
know.
probably not as detrimental as if you're painting outside brick. But still, once you paint it, you're
Once you paint it,
you're
you're
pretty
committed.
You're pretty
You're
much
committed.
committed.
Right, and that's just like a brick on your house or a deck. I don't ever recommend painting a deck. And the guys from Wood Renew will tell you the same thing, because once you paint a deck, you're stuck. You usually have to continue to paint that deck instead of waterproof it like you really should be doing. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So anyway, well, I'm glad that you I'm glad it worked out for you, and I'm glad you're happy with it.
It does. It looks great.
Even though apparently you have 1 foot on the slippery slope of maintenance.
I do. I do.
Well, that's what we tell folks. We kind of try to give them good advice. But, if it's something you really like and it's your home, go for it.
Go for it. That's right.
I think your home should be where you're comfortable, what you like and what you want to do. And then if you get ready to sell it or something at some point, then you can kind of, make changes and stage it and get ready to sell to make it more appealing to the general population. Right. But as long as you're living there and you wanted to paint your brick and you like it, I think that's great. That's a good idea.
Absolutely. Good advice.
That's how we are on this show.
That's right.
I like it.
Yes, we are.
So do you have any other fun? I know you guys are always doing fundraisers, always doing fundraisers. I know, for instance, there's one coming up that Mark in particular really enjoyed last year.
Yes.
And I think Margene has information on that.
I do. Mark, I didn't recognize you last year out there on your bike. Mm-hmm. And we were kind of busy.
Oh, yeah.
We were so happy to have you. It's Cruising for Cleavage.
Right. Loved it. And I even won the poker run.
You
yes,
did?
I was the winner on that.
He won the leather
Yeah,
jacket.
I won the leather jacket. I
That
did.
is
It was
awesome.
fantastic. It was a great time.
Oh, well, it really was a lot of fun. And you know what? The weather was amazing. It was beautiful that day. It
Yeah.
really was. And so save the date, October 20th.
Okay.
And we are streamlining the event a little bit this year. And what we're doing is the same. We're meeting at Christensen Transportation, and this is for motorcycles and antique cars. And we will start out about 10 a.m. and go for a ride. And along the ride, you get it's a poker rally, so you'll get your cards for your poker rally around the ride on the different stops. And we are going to have a different ending location this year, and we're really excited that Mother's Brewing Company
Oh, wow.
is going to be where we're going to be
that'd
stopping.
be great.
How fun.
So we are really looking forward to that. We're still locking down a lot of the details, but we will have live music and food and an auction, and all for the low price of $25 for a rider and $15 for a passenger. So that includes a full day's entertainment, and it goes to a great cause. So we appreciate everybody on the committee that has worked so hard to make this such a successful event, and it really was last year. So we're really looking forward to this year.
It was fantastic. Matter of fact, yesterday I wore my Cruising for Cleavage T-shirt yesterday evening while I was out riding. I sure did.
They are popular T-shirts, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I love mine. But, it's such a great deal. And what I really like about what you guys do is you cover everything. If you like to dance, you got your fundraisers for the dancers. And if, you kind of cover everything. My thing is the motorcycle deal.
Right.
And, believe it or not, and as you guys have seen, bikers are some of the most generous people that there is.
I will tell you, I do not believe there was a biker that left there with $1 in his pocket or her pocket. They are very kind and very generous.
They are. And, of course, for the last few years, I've always been a Harley rider. Well, I sold my Road King, so now I'm back to riding a Honda for a while, but I'll get another Harley. But it don't matter. We're we all just kind of hang together and try to help. And that's what I've noticed when I started riding back years ago, that there's just no better people. I mean, very generous people.
They are.
Yeah.
They are, and we are truly grateful. Every dollar makes a difference to these families.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's time for a break.
I think it is. I hear the music.
I do too.
I guess we're going to take a quick break here, and thanks for being with us. And please come back. We have more great information on the second half of the show.
You need home repairs and solutions. Home repairs and solutions. They'll fix your windows, they'll fix your house, they'll even tell you how to get rid of a mouse. Home repairs and solutions.
Here's news on the Ozarks News Network. Springfield City Utilities is asking customers to step up their water conservation efforts. They say the current water storage stands at 65.8%. Normal average is 86.3%. If current conditions continue, the level could drop to 60% early next month, at which time mandatory water restrictions would go into effect. Silver Dollar City has unveiled its newest ride. Outlaw Run is billed as the world's steepest drop on a wooden roller coaster. The $10 million ride is a quarter-mile in length and features a 162-foot, nearly vertical drop. And animal rescue workers and law enforcement officers have rescued more than 70 animals from a home in rural Howell County. The dogs, cats, rabbits, chickens, skunk, horse, and donkeys were packed in a building with some cages piled on top of others. For the Ozarks News Network, I'm Arlen Summers.
I'm Dr. Norman Shealy. Did you know how good Nature Blessed Tart Cherry Concentrate is for you? It's better than all of those other bottled products from foreign countries. This is made right here, loaded with antioxidants and anthocyanins, which are great for recovering from stress of all kinds, especially physical stress. Why shouldn't you use the same? Nature Blessed Tart Cherry Concentrate, pure, natural.
Available in the produce department at Summer Fresh, Price Cutter, Dillon's, Harder House, Woods, and Hy-Vee. Drink the best, Nature Blessed.
Before Bubba Watson was one of golf's biggest stars off the tee, he was putting on a show on the Nationwide Tour. 2 out of 3 PGA Tour players got their start on the Nationwide Tour. The Nationwide Tour, the official proving ground of the PGA Tour.
Come see future greats play to give local kids great futures at the 23rd Annual Price Cutter Charity Championship, presented by Dr. Pepper, August 9th through 12th at Highland Springs Country Club.
Tune in to Doug Rye's Home Remedies live call-in radio show every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on KWTO AM 560. Doug is a nationally known energy efficiency expert. He'll discuss topics and answer questions about how you can make your home more energy efficient and save money. Brought to you by Ozark Electric Cooperative, Barton County Electric Cooperative, Southwest Electric Cooperative, Webster Electric Cooperative, and Barry County Electric Cooperative.
Less humid today, mostly sunny, high 84. Clear skies tonight with a low 56 to 60. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 87. Low tomorrow night, 67. Sunday, sunny to partly cloudy, high around 90. Partly sunny Monday, high 86. Sun and clouds Tuesday, high 84. I'm AccuWeather's Kevin Snyder.
All right, football fans and fantasy fanatics, listen up. Your Sundays will never be the same because NFL Red Zone is now available on Mediacom. From touchdowns and key interceptions to breakout runs and goal line stands, NFL Red Zone whips you around every Sunday game, so you never miss an exciting moment. Anytime a team gets inside the 20-yard line, you'll be there to see the action live and in true high definition. Fantasy football player? Watch NFL Red Zone for up-to-the-minute fantasy stats, extended highlights, in-depth coverage, and more. This is a football fan's dream come true. Why pay hundreds of dollars to watch your favorite team score? Get Red Zone now for just $49.95 for the entire football season with your current Mediacom sports package. Sign up in August and get $10 off the Red Zone package price. Call 1-800-SIMPLIFY. Offer expires on 8/31/12 and is available to qualified Mediacom customers only. Mediacom sports and information package with NFL Network is required. Not available in all areas.
Well, I went down to the hardware store to see my old friend Bob. I said my roof it leaks, my rug's a mess, and my front door needs a new knob. I got squirrels in my attic, I got bats in my head. Well, Bob just leaned over the counter and he shook his head and said, "You need home repairs and solutions. Home repairs and solutions. They'll fix your windows, they'll fix your house. They'll even tell you how to get rid of a mouse. Home repairs and solutions."
And we are back.
We are.
Yes.
Welcome back, everyone.
Good to be back.
Nice
I
to be
always
back.
say it's great to be back now.
You always say that.
Yeah, I do.
you always
and it
do.
is. Trust me, I know it's great to be back.
It is, absolutely.
That's right.
So what have you got? This is usually when I see you. So what do you got going on this week? You got any music things going on? Or
You know, tonight we have our monthly jam for our GOBS, Greater Ozarks Bluegrass Society, out to River Bluff Fellowship, and that starts, I think, about 7 o'clock tonight. So, and we've been having some really good turnouts for our monthly jams. I think about 100 people last month. And
that's great.
And for the summertime when the people's got other stuff to do, I think it's really good. Got that going on. Then just kind of chill out the rest of the weekend. I got continuing ed I got to get done for my real estate license. I put it off. Got to get that done. But then we got some great things coming up over the next few months, music-wise. Of course, Starvey Creek's coming up in September. That's always a big deal, for me.
Yes, it is.
And but before that, we have some other music things happening. Just going to be a fun rest of the summer. Go to Eminence, Missouri, Labor Day weekend. They're having a big bluegrass festival down there, so I do some MC work and stuff on that. And so.
And then that'll be here sooner than we think.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It happens so fast that it's just unreal.
It's hard for me to believe it's August.
It's almost back to school.
I know.
Well,
Pleasant Hope started yesterday.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Pleasant Hope School started yesterday, and Springfield School starts next week. It's where's the summer gone?
I don't know. We got our oldest granddaughter's going to be a freshman this year, which is kind of hard to believe. She's in the Kilties. Came by. They had orientation day or something yesterday, and or Wednesday, I think
Wednesday,
it was.
yeah.
And came by all dressed up in her kilty stuff and all that. Those are really neat-looking uniforms.
Yeah.
They're really cool. Boy, she was hot, though. Those things are
I
hot.
bet.
But she came by and the shop and saw me and Grandpa, and we got to see her in her dressed up garb and all
cool.
that. Yeah, it was really neat.
That's great.
Yep.
So.
And our littlest granddaughter's going to be 5 this month. So we have quite a bit of family stuff happening this month, which that's good too.
Sounds like, yeah.
Good too. Love the grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
They're always the most fun.
I got a new it'll be a grandson on the way.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Congratulations.
About the 1st of October, I think October 7th is the due date. My son Anthony and his wife Stacy are expecting their first little one.
Well,
so,
great.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
Well,
Looking
great.
forward
Well,
to
you'll be a good grandpa.
Oh, well, yeah.
You'll
I
have him
hope
playing
so.
the fiddle before
That's
Christmas.
right. That's right. And of course, I got my two other granddaughters, and so yeah, that'll be our third one, Dad. So at least we're getting a boy this time, and so
We have all girls.
Yeah, really,
All girls. Yep. That's okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We take what we can
Oh,
get.
absolutely, love them
It's all
all.
good.
Love
It's all
them
good.
all.
Yep.
So I do want to say hello to somebody, if I may.
Certainly.
My buddy John Heights over at Remax House of Brokers.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, whether you're going through the breast cancer or the heart surgery or whatever, you need good support and people that
Yes, you do.
people that get behind you and support you and say, "Hey, you look good today. You're doing good," or "Hey, are you feeling all right?" John's been that for me at the office, and he has just been a wonderful person. And,
Well,
I urge it, if you've, of course, he's been through it too, the heart surgery and everything. But if you know somebody who's going through the cancer, the breast cancer, or heart surgery, or whatever it may be support for them. Encourage them, because I think that's
Absolutely.
very important. That's very important for my recovery. I know, and I know it would be whatever kind of illness you're going through.
Absolutely.
Your support team is number one. You really need that, whether it's your spouse or a good friend,
Whoever it is, sure.
Whoever it is, yeah, and be that good support for somebody. It's
That's
very
a good
important.
point. That's a very good point. It is critical to have a good support system.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's what you guys do. You support people, help them financially, but you're there for them. You
Right.
support them. You give them. Sometimes a kind word is worth a bunch. When somebody's going through something like that.
Right, right. And even when we have patients call or stop by, it's just taking that time to sit and to listen and be a friend.
Sure, very important. Very important. So
Absolutely. And sometimes you need someone outside the family for that.
you do.
Because the family's struggling too, so they can't always, as supportive as they try to be, they're kind of going through the same thing.
Yeah.
So sometimes having that good friend or great organization or someone that you can call, like Crystal said, she got a phone call from the mother. That's very important.
Yeah.
So I know that you guys provide that as well. So I think that's great in helping people recover from
Absolutely.
whatever's going on. So one of the things, you have something there we were going to talk about, and I think
I
you had
do.
a question for Mark. She has a question
I have
for
a
you
question
today.
for you, Mark.
Yes.
Mark, do you have a pink garbage can?
No, I don't.
Would you like to have a pink garbage can? Because I have information for you on how you can get one.
Well, I would love to have that. Yeah.
I
I'm
have
sure that
seen
you would.
some. I have seen some.
Yeah,
know.
I've been seeing them.
Well, do you know our friends over at Buzzard Waste have joined with us, and $1 comes back to the foundation for each one of the garbage cans on a monthly basis.
Really?
And that makes a huge difference in the lives of people who are going through treatment for breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you would like to have information on getting your own pink garbage can, which I think they look great. They stand out.
They
you
do.
can see
Yeah.
them. You won't hit them when you back out of your driveway.
Exactly.
Their phone number is 880-4848.
Okay.
And that's, what's the name of the company again?
Buzzard Waste.
Buzzard Waste. Now, everybody has trash.
yes.
Everybody has someone pick up their trash.
Yep.
You're paying for that anyway. Why not go with someone that not only is going to pick up your trash, but you're helping someone, and you're not doing anything different.
Right. You
And-
have to have the service anyway.
You have to have the
Yeah.
service anyway. So you might as well go ahead and give Buzzard a call and find out, what it takes to get set up with them. And nothing else changes. Except part of the money donates, goes to the foundation, which you never know when that's going to be your friend or neighbor or a family member that might
right.
need their services. So
That's exactly right. And, we talked about how every dollar makes a difference. And it is $1 out of each one of a monthly bill. And then Buzzard matches that dollar. So it's $2
wow.
a month on each one of them. And if you look at that and you look at all of the garbage cans that you see when you're driving around.
Oh,
and they're all
everybody
pink.
has one.
Yes,
Everybody has a
they
garbage
do.
can.
Mhm.
Sure.
And it's just a reminder. It's a reminder about something easy that you can do to help other people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I don't know how you guys come up with all these things that you do, but I just think that is that's a great idea. I would have never come up with a pink garbage can. I would just think that's a great idea. And like you said, you can see them on the road.
Right.
You're not going to run into them
Right.
or run over them or back over them in the driveway and all that kind of stuff.
That's right.
And then your friends and neighbors know that you're supporting Breast Cancer Foundation. So it's a great visual, I think, to remind people of what's going on in the community and something simple like that they can do to help out.
And I think you'd be surprised. You know, we have several women in my neighborhood who are breast cancer survivors. And, you know, it's a reminder for them, and it's a way for them to open up conversation. You know, hey, did you know that I'm a breast cancer survivor? So it's really a good thing. It's a great deal. I encourage you to call them.
Absolutely. Looks like we have a caller on the
We
line.
do. Let's see what Johnny's doing. Go ahead, Johnny.
Hey, good morning. Hey, first thing I got to say, though, is in trash business, service is the best thing. It doesn't matter what color your container is. I donate money to breast cancer. I
You do
donate
need good
money
service.
to mental problems for children and everything else. And my containers aren't pink, but I get better service. So
Okay.
it don't matter what color they are. You want good service, and I can tell you what, there's color out there in my cans that are a lot better service, and I give plenty of money, so you should talk to everyone.
Yeah. Okay. What else is on your mind?
I think he's gone.
I think he's gone.
I think that was it.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Appreciate that.
Yep.
I guess. I don't know. Did we appreciate that? Yeah.
Sure, we appreciate anyone who calls.
Yeah.
This is
absolutely.
America.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It is.
Everybody
America.
gets to have an
It
opinion.
is.
Isn't that
Everybody
great?
gets to have an opinion. That's
Yep.
true. And you know, we're a service company, and providing anybody that's a service company absolutely tries their utmost to provide the best service they can. I truly believe that. Otherwise,
do
they
too.
wouldn't be in a service
Sure,
company. But
absolutely.
no one is 100% perfect, even Spring Mountain Air. You know, so what happens is if we have a glitch or if we have an issue come up, then we address it and try to take care of it as quickly and as possible. And I think that's with most service companies. You know, if they're not providing good service, they're not going to be in business very long.
That's
right.
absolutely right.
So, you know, you're going to have those glitches along the way. You're going to have, you know, someone you're not going to make happy no matter what you do. That's just part of being in business. But, you know, there's a lot of service people here in the community. And I think for the most part, if they've been in business for a long time, they're still in business. They're providing a good service because
Sure.
the public isn't going to really put up with someone who doesn't give a good service.
No, that's for sure.
So just like you guys provide a great service. That's why you're still here.
Well,
That's
and-
why people still come to you.
And so do you. I've had the personal experience of Spring Mountain Air, and we need to brag on you a little bit here.
Well, thank you.
It's pretty
thank you.
awesome. You send your sweet son out and he does a terrific job.
Everybody loves our son.
You just can't beat that. He's yes ma'am, no sir. Lovely young man and very smart. He seems to know just all kinds of things about these systems that I wouldn't begin to know. So,
Well, that's what happens when you're raised in the business.
well, you
He
did
was-
it right.
He was kind of
Yes,
born
he
into
did.
it. So, you know, he kind of started when he was 5 years old going with his dad. So
That's a lot of
learned
experience.
he
you
learned
know?
at a very young age. So he does a great job for us. And I appreciate that, Crystal.
And even when I have dumb questions, he doesn't even raise an eyebrow. He just
Oh, no.
smiles nicely and
Answers the question.
explains it to me.
There you go.
He's been at my house before, too, and I told him, do not tell your mother I had you go in my crawl space.
That's part of his job, Margene. It's okay.
I understand.
No, that's fine. That's okay. We talked a little bit about the Cruising for Cleavage thing you have coming up. We've talked about the pink trash cans. You also have a license bureau here that Spring Mountain Air uses. I love to go over there. It is the friendliest license bureau I've ever been in, seriously, bar none. They are so nice over there. And once in a while, we have so many vehicles that I feel like we almost live in the license bureau. And you would think as many times as we take stuff over there, we would have it right. Well, sometimes we get over there and we don't have it right. And they're so nice about it. They don't make me feel stupid. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I knew I had to have that. Okay, I'll be right back. And I run back to the office and, you know, I'll forget the insurance paper. Or I'll forget, you know, there's something that I'll forget once in a while. And they're just so pleasant about it. And then when you come back in, they're like, oh, you know, they're friendly and they talk to you. And you guys actually run that one.
Actually, we do. I'm the contract manager for the Glenstone License Office.
There you go.
And, you know, we're in the customer service business, too, over there.
That's right.
kind of my perspective on it.
That's
People have
right.
choices on where they go.
You bet. And I didn't know you guys had that until last year when we got hooked up with you guys. And so, and like I said, we have a fleet of vehicles for our business, and then we have personal vehicles as well. And so we've been doing business with that with that particular location for over a year, and have never had a bad experience there. So, but I couldn't say that before.
Well, and we appreciate that, and I'm going to say that, I think, our team over there tries very hard. There are times when we may fall short of the mark as well, but their hearts are in the right place, and I think they do a very good job of trying to get our customers over there the right answer. That's complicated stuff. Titling vehicles.
It is.
Renewing your driver's license sometimes can be challenging without the right paperwork.
Well, they keep changing the rules.
No comment.
I think I know what I'm doing, and then I find out I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, it's a challenge.
We have another caller on the line.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
We have Chris. Good morning, Chris.
Morning. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
When's that poker run?
It's October 20th.
All right. And regarding to that, the pink trash hauler.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I had them, and I don't know. There's one night I got them on I think my day was Tuesday, yeah. And they showed up real late. I quit that service.
Well, sometimes that happens. I don't know if they had a vehicle breakdown or what happened, but...
Yeah, I see them broke down a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
Now,
there's some issues with that sometimes.
Now, Chris, who do you work for?
Who do I work for?
Yeah.
Walmart.
Walmart. That's wonderful. My sister works for Walmart.
Yeah, they got pretty good benefits. So.
Heck yeah. Well, we'll probably see you out there one of these days.
All righty. Well, I'll see you then.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling.
And that's with everybody. I mean, no matter who trash service you use, who mechanic you use, or where you buy your groceries, there's always going to be issues, But the bottom line is, it's where the money's going, and I think that's great that they do that. That $1 from every customer,
and then they match it.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the whole bottom line. It's not, I don't care.
I just want it picked up. I don't care what time of day they get it.
Yeah, exactly, and everybody has had issues at time or two with service or whatever. That's just the way the world is.
Yep.
We don't live in a perfect world.
No, we don't.
No.
But when where there's Spring Mountain Air donating to the Breast Cancer Foundation, or if it's Buzzard Waste or whoever, that's a neat thing. That's what it's all about. We're here to all work together and raise money and support the local people.
That's right.
And that's what it all boils down to. And that brings up another question for me, is you all just don't serve just the Springfield area. You go out, about 30 counties?
Yeah,
I think,
we do.
something like that.
Actually, you nailed it. 30 counties throughout southwest Missouri, a little bit
Mm-hmm.
in Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
So, pretty good size radius. We go from over, all the way past Joplin, back over to beyond West Plains, north to Bolivar, and down to the state line. So
that's a pretty good reach for a foundation that's based right here in Springfield that works strictly on donations.
That's right. We're the little guys.
Yeah, exactly. And you provide a great service to a lot of people, and I just can't say that enough. And to be able to continue to do what you do strictly on donations says a lot about your foundation and the way you guys handle things, because like I said, to run something completely on donations has got to be pretty tough. And try and meet the needs of the community.
It is a challenge and a moving target also. Our goal is to never say no to someone who meets our qualifications. And so far, 12 years in, we've been able to provide assistance to everybody that needed it, that met the guidelines. So we want to continue to be able to do that, and we sure appreciate your help in doing so.
You betcha.
We do.
You betcha. And your guidelines aren't as strict as some people might think.
No.
They might think, well, I have 2 cars, and I have my house is, I have a roof, and I have flowers in the backyard. Then they might think that they don't qualify, but that's not necessarily the case.
No, what we're looking for really is just that someone has a financial need because of the diagnosis. And so many times it's normal, middle-class, working people that get in trouble when they take off work.
Sure, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Radiation's every day for 6 weeks. So, most families can't afford to have somebody off work for 6 weeks.
You bet.
And not have a dent in the old budget.
Sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it's hard to not everyone has that much in savings anymore either. Plus, if you're having to pay for part of that treatment, that's really going to take a bite out of your budget. And I think most people at least have a deductible that they have to meet before their insurance will kick in. So, it's just the whole overall process of everything can just be really a hardship on a family.
Yeah,
so
it's certainly a combination of things. We'll see families that might have a $5,000 total out of pocket, and they end up hitting that twice because it's very unusual that someone's fortunate enough to cram all that treatment inside of 1 year.
Sure.
So calendar year rolls over. Oh, guess what? You start again.
Yeah,
so
another $5,000. You bet.
You add that to all the little things that aren't covered, the extra expenses that come up because of this diagnosis, the extra gas you're spending, the loss of work, and it's a huge financial dent.
Yep, it is.
Now, we're experiencing that right now. I think I text you about my sister-in-law, and of course it turned out it's not breast cancer with her; it's a different kind. But we're seeing the effects on it. I mean, you know, she's having to go to St. Louis for treatments, and so you have the expense of, you know, she goes up there and has to stay for several days. Her daughter is just starting; will be a senior this year. So she is, you know, here, and it makes it really difficult. And, you know, and my sister-in-law is still trying to work during all of this because you just don't, I mean, you got to keep food on the table. You got to keep, you know.
Got to keep things going.
Keep things going. And so it is quite an expense.
Yes, it's a challenge. Kids want to eat 3 times a day.
Absolutely.
Little boogers.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, it don't have to be little kids, just like you know, my niece, she'll, like I say, she'll be a senior this year, but it affects her too. It affects her whole life, and it's really difficult because now mom, you know, money's having to go towards other things instead of what she needs for her senior year.
Right.
And so it's really difficult, and she's a single mom, and so you know, it makes it rough. So it's great that there's, you know, people like you guys out here that care and can help people. That's awesome.
That can be a really hard situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's something else I wanted to touch on is Crystal. I belong to a networking group, and we had Crystal come and speak to our group one time. And out of that, one of the members of our group has become a volunteer for you guys.
Absolutely.
And she's wonderful. Her name is Crystal.
Yes.
And must be something about crystals. I don't know. But she has just, I mean, I see her every week at our meeting, and she loves volunteering for you guys. So that's something we haven't touched on, that you not only take donations, but if people can't donate financially, they can help out with their time, or there's lots of ways that they can donate to you to help out.
Absolutely.
Correct?
You know, it's not all monetary. We have literally hundreds of volunteers, and that is what it takes to cover every aspect of services that the foundation provides and all of these fundraisers that are going on.
It takes a lot of people to put on a successful fundraiser.
Oh gosh, it does. And Crystal's been a real blessing to us. She actually sells the product Beauty Control.
Yeah, she's adorable.
She is lovely, and I can't tell you how many times she's donated since I spoke at Mary's B&I Pro group. And just a great group of people, and you know, very passionate about community and cause. So that was a real delight to be involved with that.
I thought that was real neat, though, that when she came and spoke, that we actually had someone who is in the position to be able to donate time like Crystal's been able to with you guys. And she didn't really know a lot about you until you came and spoke to our group. And so she really got passionate about it and really got involved, and she loves helping you guys out. I know she went to the Pink in the Park and different things like that, and she just, I mean, and she wears her pink T-shirt to the meetings once in a while if you've got something going on, and she talks about it at the meeting. I mean, she's just really been a real supporter of you guys as well, which I thought that was really neat that came out of that meeting. So that's something that we hadn't talked about this time, that, you know, you can, if you want to volunteer, if you want to be part of the community, if you want to get out there and help folks out and help with events and things like that, you can do that as well. I think we're getting ready to go here, so why don't you give out your information if anyone wants to know about events, if they want to volunteer, donate money, anything they want to do to help you guys, how do they contact you?
Well, and also if they need help.
Or if they need help, correct.
Financial assistance with a diagnosis.
And it's 862-3838.
There you go, 417-862-3838. Give these folks a call, and for whatever your needs might be or whatever you'd like to do to help them out.
That's right.
It was wonderful to have you back.
I'm glad to be back.
I look forward to having you back next Friday.
Couldn't be a more perfect show for me.
I think this is a great show.
Sitting here with my 3 favorite ladies.
There you go.
Well, we were lucky to be a part of it, and it's so good to see you and
thank you.
Back.
Appreciate that.
Thank you again, ladies, for being with us today.
Thank
Mary,
you so
thanks for
much.
having us.
Okay. Have a great weekend, everyone.
You don't know what to do. Your siding's going bad, and you're plagued with green mildew. Well, your faucets, they all drip, and your sinks are all clogged up too. Well, there's no need to worry. I'll tell you what you can do. Just call Home Repairs and Solutions. Home Repairs and Solutions. They'll fix your windows, they'll fix your house. They'll even tell you how to get rid of a mouse. Home Repairs.